One of the most important points to bear in mind with elasticity is that it is not consistent along the demand curve. Even though a lot of the questions will have a nice linear demand curve going down from left to right, and the demand schedule will be similarly linear, 15, 12, 9, 6 and 3, and the quantities going up. You'll regularly see that. When we play it in to the elasticity formula, we can see there, if we take, for example, these two price points of €6 and 3, and the quantity demanded goes from 12 up to 15, it's still a downward sloping demand curve, in that as the price decreases, the quantity demanded increases. But we get an elasticity of 0.33, minus 0.33, and this is what that will look like when drawn just between those two price points. If, however, we go to the top two and take the price point there of 15 and €12, and then the quantities demanded of 3 and 6, you can see it's a completely different elasticity. The price went down by €3 from here to here, and the quantity demanded increased by 3 units from the first price point to the second, but it's a completely different elasticity, and this is because of proportionality. The proportionate change in price here, even though it's only €3, okay, you can see is 50%. The difference there between the two, or €3, €6 is 200% of €3, whereas the proportionate change here is completely different. Okay, the quantities demanded then are expressed relative to that, so the change in quantity demand went from 3 to 6, which is 3 units, and 12 to 15, but again the proportionate change is totally different. Okay, 6 is 200% of 3. So even though the demand curve looks to be linear, it is linear, and the elasticity, it would seem, is the same, you might say, well, that is a relatively elastic demand curve. You cannot say that. Rather, what you must say is that between the two price points of 15 and €12, the demand curve is very elastic, whereas between the price points of €3 and €6, it's much less elastic.